Okay, chat. The most disturbing things caught on Ring Doorbells, Volume 2. We watched Volume 1 and chat was like, they were so scared. They were like, Alana, I'm so scared.
The most disturbing things caught on Ring Doorbells, Volume 2.
Ooh.
Is there really much to say? You probably have a Ring doorbell, and if not, maybe you have like a cheap knockoff version of a Ring doorbell. But basically,
no,
I'm sure we all know what a Ring
don't.
doorbell is. If you don't, it's basically a doorbell with a camera. That's it. You could view it from your phone when you're far away from home, or even if you're in your home. Just to make that clear, I'm sure a lot of you guys watched part 1, so I don't think I need a hard introduction for this one. But
awesome.
If you haven't, maybe you can watch it after this one. I don't know. If you don't know me, my name is Tuv, and I upload morbid videos. And if you're not subscribed yet, don't even worry about that. I will earn your subscription by the end of this video. In this video, we're going to be talking about anything from a quote-unquote box demon to a supposed devil at someone's door to even a DoorDasher who was just doing his job and ended up getting shot. And to the YouTube reviewer that's watching this, no, I didn't show any of those clips. I'm not going to, okay? I always pause the clips before the disaster happens, but I show just enough for my audience to understand what's going on. With that being said, let's get started with the topic.
You're a fox demon? Yeah, I'm a demon.
Threatened to essay homeowner.
I just have a couple questions for you.
If you walk up to my apartment and then you do this through my Ring doorbell camera, I'm calling the popo.
Are you sure? Are you positive? Are you sure?
I would call the popo.
Are you absolutely certain?
He's a big looking guy. Yeah, he could tear down the fucking door if he tried.
Sure.
Chad, grab the shotgun. You know what would happen is I would have like a drop bucket of smugglers all in a bucket and drop it on him and then watch through the Ring doorbell camera and watch it until they get eaten. They eat him alive. They like gnaw at his face and shit.
Yeah? Are you sure?
That's what I would do.
Hey, I just had a couple questions. I just wanted to ask you about AV.
You're gonna sacrifice us?
Yeah.
No, you'll be fine. You'll eat his face. What is he gonna do?
Can you hear me? What I'm looking for is for the girl that's in the house to come out here because I'm gonna. Do you have her open the door? I'm gonna. The girl that's on the other side of the stairs.
Excuse me?
I want her.
Dude, we have a mental crisis, man.
A gun.
On a Wednesday evening in July of 2021, Amanda Nowak was home alone on South 6th Street near Charleston and Las Vegas Boulevards.
This is why you don't answer the door, man.
Her doorbell began ringing repeatedly. She checked her camera and saw a complete stranger standing right at her door, knocking and asking those same weird questions you just heard on repeat. Nowak didn't say a word back to him. Smart move given the context of the situation. She instead hid inside her house and called 911. By the way, the other guy you hear talking back to him is Amanda's husband.
Woman.
He wasn't home, but he was able to access their intercom system from wherever he was and at least talk back. When he asked the guy who he was...
That's a good idea, too, to have a male voice answering. That's smart.
The man just looked straight into the camera and said he was looking for the girl in the house because he was gonna SA and kill her. Then he asked if she could just open the door for him while subtly letting him know he was carrying a knife and a gun. After making
What is going on? Did he just like crack?
Making these threats, the man simply walked away from the home. The next day, authorities arrested a man matching the suspect's description in the area of East Clark Avenue and South 3rd Street after someone apparently recognized them. Interestingly though, when police tried to identify the suspect, the man they caught, he refused to cooperate and told officers he was, and you'd never guess this, the Holy Spirit. Anyway,
oh Jesus, dude.
It took fingerprint analysis and a bit of investigation to reveal his identity as Christopher Sums.
Did he have a mental break?
A 40-year-old fugitive from California. Police discovered that Sums had likely first spotted Nowak through her kitchen window, which was open when he walked by before knocking on her door. The good thing is that at the end of all of that, he was charged with aggravated stalking, coercion with threat of force, attempted burglary, and lying to police. Because of his fugitive status, he was held without bail at the Clark County Detention Center.
That's it for threatening is... What? Bro, I would move states if I could. Like, what?
The box demon in Pennsylvania.
Oh, that's me. This is me. I'm the demon.
I am the box demon. I am the box demon. I believe this box is a gift for you.
Earlier this year,
What
this
the
Ring doorbell went viral, and honestly,
hell?
it's pretty easy to see why. It shows someone wearing a terrifying homemade mask standing in front of the door in North York, Pennsylvania.
You ever notice how this is in all states where, like, you probably wouldn't get shot? I feel like if you pull this shit in Texas, someone would absolutely try and shoot you.
Looks like Pennywise from the movie It, but somehow even creepier. The person in question
I'm
later
the
came to be
box
popularly
demon.
referred to as the Box Demon, which you can probably make out why. Anyway, so this is exactly what happened.
Yeah, you leave a
On March
box, I'm
11th,
shooting
this
the
homeowner
box.
gets an unexpected visitor at her door. The masked figure approaches her door carrying a large empty cardboard box and announces themselves in this eerie voice. Then they say, "I leave you with this gift. This box is
What
a
is
gift for
it?
you,"
Is
before
it
placing
poop?
the empty box on her doorstep and disappearing back into the night.
Is
The
it-
whole thing
is
was
it
so
poop?
bizarre and unsettling that the homeowner immediately called the Northern York County Regional Police Department to report the suspicious activity. But the mystery didn't
fox
last long.
demon, yeah.
Just one day after the video went viral and sparked fear throughout the quiet suburb, police announced they had
He said empty box? I would have put poop in it.
identified the person behind the mask.
Poop.
And who was it, you may be asking? Well, the police never publicly revealed it. Lieutenant Greg Anderson from the PD only confirmed that they had spoken to the individual, though they didn't reveal their identity, which led some to believe maybe this was some kind of bad joke or something like that, because police stated there were no public safety concerns, and the homeowner who received the visit was informed of the person's identification, but chose not to speak any further about the incident. So
Oh, so it probably was just some kid pranking, like, I guess. Yeah.
whatever the real story was behind this so-called box demon visit, it wasn't as sinister as it probably appeared to be. Still pretty creepy.
Maybe it was like a kid. Yeah, maybe they thought it was funny and then they figured it out.
Though. I mean, I wish we knew the explanation, but I guess we'll never know.
Yeah,
Unless
it's probably
Box
a
Demon,
kid or
if
something.
you're watching this video, leave a
That's
comment down
kinda
below
funny.
why you did that. I'm sure that's not gonna happen though. Let's move on to the next one.
Why'd you do it? For the memes. For the
Devil at the
content.
door in North Texas.
Nah, you're lucky you didn't get shot. Texas would be like, ain't no way, there's no devil up there.
She says she saw a masked person in her driveway. The person
Bang,
walked
bang, bang.
through the side yard to her front door.
Person popped up on the video with
There ain't
that
no
goat's
way.
mask on, and they were approaching my door.
She noticed the person pretended to knock and was holding a sign with a Bible verse on it.
It's about the end times. It's about Judgment Day.
Yeah, the
I freaked
apocalypse.
out.
So 2025 is shaping up to be the year of crazy ones on matters of Ring cameras, and this clearly started early. On January 18th, this satanic Ring doorbell came out of Carrollton, Texas. Well, the video itself
would
might
scare
not be
the shit
satanic,
out of me.
but the person you see here wearing the red goat-shaped mask probably is. The homeowner and her husband had gone out to dinner that Saturday evening around 8 p.m., and they stopped at a store on their way
Crazy
back
people,
to pick
man.
up a Powerball ticket when her Ring notification went off. She was waiting in the car for her husband when she watched this masked figure walk through her side
She was in
yard
the
near West
car.
Hebron Parkway. Besides this creepy goat-shaped mask, they were also carrying a sign that read Revelation 20:1-15, which, according to the Bible, refers to a lake of fire, Judgment Day, the devil, Satan, and basically the end times. The masked
That's
figure
scary,
walked right up
dude.
to her front door,
If you're an old Christian lady, you'd be scarred for life, man.
pretended to knock,
I feel
and then looked
bad.
directly into the security camera while pointing the board at them for several minutes, almost like they were emphasizing the message. The couple filed a report with the Carrollton police, but the police said that technically no crime had been committed, since the person didn't bypass any physical barriers like a fence, didn't ignore verbal warnings, and didn't stay on the property after being told to leave. Police couldn't charge them
Yeah.
with trespassing. They just walked up to the door, held the sign, and left. Even though no charges could
Unfortunately.
be filed, police said they're
He
watching the
didn't,
situation
he didn't even touch the door.
and told residents to stay alert. The homeowner
Yeah.
also warned whoever was behind the mask to be careful if it was some kind of prank, because a lot of people in the comments on YouTube were saying they would probably shoot someone who showed up at their door like that.
Yeah, very Texan. The Satan and Texas don't mix. That's right. This is God's country.
Especially trying to pull off a prank if it
Okay,
was a prank.
Kona.
But in Texas, bruh, they gonna shoot you. So
Mm-hmm.
if you're really trying to send a message of salvation before the end times, just maybe you could find a different way to do it.
Leg God sword him out.
Ghost
That's
of Miner's
right.
wife in Staffordshire, UK.
Uh-oh. Is it a ghost? The ghost. That's me.
All right, guys. Look, we're gonna be talking about ghosts.
What was
I already
that?
did an investigation on a ghost town, and we got nothing. So I don't believe in ghosts. If you believe in ghosts, you're silly. I'm not gonna lie. You're silly. But people think that there was a ghost caught on this Ring camera. Let's check it out together. This next one takes us all the way to the UK. The Ring doorbell video in question is from Rugeley, Staffordshire in the UK.
Where's the red circle?
They got people split between thinking it's a genuine ghost sighting or just a camera glitch. It's definitely a camera glitch, by the way. But let's keep going. So what you're watching here is 55-year-old Jackie Bat just walking past her neighbor's house on the morning walk to the paper shop. But there's another figure in the video that Jackie swears she never saw.
What?
A tall figure dressed in what looks like 1940s clothing, a long coat, hat, and little wedge shoes. As the figure walks past another neighbor's house,
real,
you can actually see the gate through her, like she's translucent. Then here at the end,
Oh
it looks like
my
she dissolves
God.
into thin air. Jackie, who I said was going to the paper shop, was blown away because she's a believer in the supernatural, and she completely swears she didn't see anyone walking
Yeah, but you can doctor that shit too.
on the street at that time.
Oh
Also,
my
the figure looked really
God.
tall compared to her, so it couldn't have been a shadow or anything like that. Now, the estate where they live was actually built in
Zoinks,
the
it's a
1940s,
ghost.
specifically for miners and their families. This is what gave birth to the whole miner's wife idea. Jackie thought the figure might have been the ghost of a miner's wife from that era, which would explain all the 40s clothing. But does that really explain anything?
There's plenty of people who dress up in old clothes. That's such a cope.
Some say that this is just an old camera glitching out, which happens a lot. Now, I'm not an expert, but this guy on YouTube apparently is, and he says that live cameras often pause recordings to save space, and when they restart, it can create a ghost-like effect. Add in low video quality and weird lighting, and then of course it looks spooky. So yeah,
Usually,
there was no way that was a ghost. Ghosts aren't real, guys. Ghosts are not real. Just a camera glitch. Let's head on to the next one. Mountain lion
What if he's a ghost and he's trying to convince you that there's no ghosts?
roaming around a Fairfield neighborhood.
Would you rail that ghost for a Scooby snack? Mods, can we break that guy's kneecaps? Please, thank you.
A mountain lion was caught on camera overnight in a neighborhood in Fairfield. It was spotted outside the front door of a home.
That's
now, police say this
huge!
does not happen often, but now neighbors are
Cheese
keeping a
and
much closer
crackers, it's
eye
a big
on their
cat.
threats.
We've seen people in creepy masks, alleged demons, ghosts, which aren't real. And now this one takes us to actual wild animals.
Dude.
And honestly, it might even be scarier. This
You
Ring
gotta
video
pet
from
him?
Fairfield,
Yeah, go
California,
go pet that kitty cat.
looks like a mountain lion just walking past someone's front door. This happened around 2 in the morning on May 26th
They
of
do
this
that.
year, and the homeowner had no idea what kind of dangerous cat was playing a
It's
visit
just
to
a
their porch. But
raura.
this isn't the first time a mountain lion has been spotted in the area. It was actually reported
They're
back in
pretty
2021 that a mountain lion had attacked and killed some animals on Solano Road, with the Department of Fish and Wildlife confirming it was the work of a mountain
It's
lion.
cool, though.
So
I
while
don't
it's
know.
not common to see a mountain lion, it's also not impossible. The area where this happened is near a hillside and canal, which makes sense as a wildlife corridor. Urban sprawl has been pushing these animals closer to
And at 2
neighborhoods.
a.m.
That's why encounters like this are becoming more likely. Anyway, Animal Control and Fish and Wildlife were notified, but police told residents
Have you guys ever seen animals on your Ring camera? I have, like cats and dogs. Apparently my neighbor saw foxes. That's pretty cool.
not to call unless the animals become a
Yeah.
threat.
Some
Wild
foxes
animals usually live on their
hanging
own,
out.
but that doesn't make it any less
deer.
nerve-wracking knowing there's a mountain lion just wandering around your neighborhood in the middle of the night.
Oh yeah, I saw a pippa too. I saw a rabbit. I was walking my dog and it was like in the back a little bit in this like foresty area and I saw a pippa. It was like 3 days ago. A little brown pippa.
Mysterious kitchen orb in Preston, England.
It's a ghost! Oh, Chad, this is actually really funny. I had a really crazy friend in middle school, and she was convinced that, like, ghosts were real, and she would, like, get a tape recorder and, like, a camera, and she would record, like, the front of her porch, and she would, like, say, like, yeah, there's, like, a ghost talking to us right now, and I'm just sitting on the porch like, this just sounds like nothing. Yeah, she would get, like, a recorder and then, like, say, like... Was she okay? No, she was a crazy bitch. She was crazy. When I moved from one place to another, she got mad at me, and then I wondered to myself, like, why are you mad? It's not like I'm not an adult. Like, I can't choose where I move to. I have to go because my parents are going. She unironically got so mad at me, she cussed me out all over my fucking texts. It was so weird. She's crazy, but it was kind of fun. I don't know, she's just crazy. But ghosts are real, yeah, for sure. Did you see that? I need a red circle, chat. Oh, look at that
Alright,
thing.
so we're back with the supernatural stuff, which I don't believe in. But this one's for my mom. My mom claims she sees orbs all the time on her camera.
This guy loves his mom. That's wholesome.
And says it's a spirit visiting her. But you know what?
Yeah.
Even though I'm not a believer, let's just take a look at some of the orb footage out there.
Orbs.
So this one happened last year in
Yeah,
Preston, England. Rebecca Reeves submitted this video of what appears to be a glowing orb floating across her kitchen. And yes, there's no denying that it's there. In the video, you can see this silvery orb just appear out of nowhere and just across the room before fading away. It moves in this really smooth, deliberate way that doesn't look like a bug or anything else randomly flying around. The whole thing was captured on her indoor Ring camera, and rather interestingly, it actually triggered her motion detector. She shared the clip online, and of course, in classic fashion, the theories started pouring in. Rebecca herself thought it might
I didn't have fucking alerts muted. What? That's so funny. I'll give you a pass. I usually have those fucking muted. That's so funny.
might have been a deceased relative dropping by to say hello.
Who did
Also,
that?
on that note, she said she
to
didn't
mute
feel uneasy about it
alerts.
because she looked up information about orbs online.
It was a Jlorp fart too. It was like all glitchy.
Didn't read anything negative about them. Her theory is that maybe, and this is a big
That's
maybe,
good.
is that it was a specific relative keeping an eye on their pet dog Albus while they were out of the house. Alright guys, see, I'm not
I don't believe in that shit, dude. Nah, that's so cringe.
trying to burst your bubble, but no, that's probably not what happened. It was probably dust. But
Yeah.
I feel bad like telling that to people. Look.
Yeah, let them believe in their bullshit. As long as it doesn't hurt anybody, I don't really care.
One
Yeah.
day I'll get proven to, maybe, that ghosts are real. But no, like I said, I did a whole investigation on a ghost town. Nothing happened.
I've seen a ghost of my great-grandfather before, so... In your dreams or like in real life, you saw a ghost. I've never seen a ghost.
Maybe one thing happened, but it wasn't crazy. So
I've never seen one.
No. Sorry to all my ghost believers out there. But your boy just doesn't believe in them. Let's keep going.
That's
So
okay.
apparently this gets stranger.
allowed to believe or
Rebecca
not
also
believe.
casually mentioned that she suffers from sleep paralysis sometimes. And during those episodes, she feels like someone's in her room with her or sitting on her end of the bed. And why does this matter? Because sleep paralysis can definitely cause hallucinations and that feeling of a presence. So skeptics would probably point to
No,
that as
that's
an
the devil.
explanation for a general sense of supernatural activity in the house. Another explanation is that it was just dust or pollen or bugs, which it probably was, mixed with some bad lighting. Yeah. But who am I to say that, because I have no proof that it is light, you know? Neither side has proof. Here's another
True.
video of another orb in Glasgow. We're done.
I think they're very fascinating. I don't know. I don't really care. I don't believe in like the whole like ghosts and fucking gotta up your schizophrenia. Yeah, I guess so. Maybe I should start inducing it. I don't know. I find them fascinating. I think they're fun. Again, that girl that was crazy, I had a lot of fun with her because she would like we'd like role play being ghost hunters. I don't know. I was like 12 or like 11 or something. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it hurt anybody. I thought it was funny.
Gallagher caught a very similar activity that triggered her Ring camera's motion sensor.
Wow!
This time it looked like a white orb with a trail
Oh my god, the ghost is seeing the camera.
coming straight toward us.
Holy
A truck explosion
shit.
in a Chicago suburb.
Did you see it? Did you see that orb? Wait, we saw this in another video! This was so fucked up. My right ear is really enjoying this. Yeah, it was a bomba. A bomba.
All right, so like I said in the intro, this is one of those clips that I'm not going to play the full thing, but I will pause it just before the disaster happens. Next is this video from Addison, a suburb about 20 miles west of Chicago.
just
It
explodes.
starts off calm, just another American suburb. You can see this box driving normally through the neighborhood when suddenly, boom, it just explodes out of nowhere. Just a regular moving truck and suddenly a massive explosion.
It legitimately was out of nowhere. I saw the full clip. He's not gonna show it for, you know, his reasons, but yeah.
Created a debris field spanning an entire block. Now, you don't expect a truck to just blow up while casually driving down the street, right? So what happened? Well, the whole thing was apparently caused by a leakage propane tank inside the rental truck.
Yeah, I remember chat said it was like a gas leak inside of it.
Clearly something unanticipated, and maybe why investigators ruled it an accident. Now, when the Addison Fire Protection District and police arrived, they found this massive debris field but no fire, which is kind of weird because usually explosions like this would cause something like that. But apparently not in this case. Despite that, the explosion was powerful enough to damage several homes in the area.
Oh my god, look at that thing blowing apart. Is that guy okay?
And one house even had to be evacuated because of structural damage and the potential for it to collapse. And with how intense the impact was, you're probably wondering.
Look, it's already, it literally blew up at the seams. Look, you can see the truck and the seams come off.
The driver's remains ended up, if there were any. Well, that's the craziest part. He came out unscathed. At least for the most part.
That's lucky.
He had some minor injuries and was taken to the hospital, but considering his truck literally blew up around him, the fact that he walked away at all is insane. And for those who don't know, rental company agreements specifically prohibit transporting explosive, flammable, or hazardous materials in their consumer moving trucks. So either the customer didn't realize propane wasn't allowed, or they ignored the rules and nearly got themselves killed because of it. Fire burning Altadena home.
Ooh, ooh, ooh! Look at that firestorm, look at those embers!
This next one is a rather heartbreaking one. This Ring camera caught the moments flames completely overwhelmed a home in Altadena during the devastating Eden fire that had been tearing through Southern California earlier this year. This is of course something no homeowner ever wants to see, their house being consumed by wildfire in real time. But here you can see the fire getting closer and closer. The house belonged to Walter and Yalda Cease, who had to evacuate quickly as the fire approached their property on Altadena Drive. All they have left now are the memories of living there for 40 years, and this video is a haunting reminder of what happened. For context, the Eden fire was absolutely devastating to the Altadena area. Along with the Palisades fire, these wildfires have been fueled by severe
they're so
drought
fast too, and
and
the
those
winds
brutal
are
Santa
crazy.
Ana winds that California is known for. At least 27 people are believed to have died, more than a dozen others remain unaccounted for, and over 12,000 structures were destroyed. And of course, one of those was the home of Walter and Yalda Cease. I remember when the fires were going on in January, and it was just so weird having to... Well, first of all, the smell was already weird in LA. Everything smelled burnt. The air just smelled burnt and dry, and we had to buy the masks.
I had family in New Zealand when the Australia fires happened, and even though that's like thousands of kilometers away, the smoke drifted from the Australian fires into New Zealand, and the skies went dark. Even though New Zealand wasn't having fires itself. Yeah, that shit was crazy. They sent me some fucking pictures and shit.
And it was just so weird waking up every morning.
I can't imagine
and seeing
Cali,
that there was
though.
new ashes on my yard that I had to sweep. And that, in my head, I'm like, I'm sweeping people's houses right now off my yard. The fires didn't reach my house, but just the concept of sweeping people's memories, and of course a combination of like trees, obviously nature, but I don't know, man. It was just really weird and really heavy.
It's fricked
month.
up, yeah.
Yeah, just wanted to throw my 2 cents in there. Let's head on to the next one. DoorDasher getting shot in Chester.
Jesus Christ.
Oh!
Chester Highway Supervisor John Riley is allegedly seen here in this leaked video taken on his own Ring camera with a firearm strapped to his back and another in his hand as he seemingly fires 3 shots at a lost DoorDash driver who was trying to get away in his car.
This one is absolutely insane and is probably going to get you angry. This leaked Ring
I don't think I want to DoorDash anymore, guys. I don't feel
camera footage
good.
from Chester, New York, shows what appears to be a town official shooting a lost DoorDash driver who was just trying to deliver food. A lost DoorDash driver got shot when he ended up at the wrong house.
Dude, that sucks, man.
So here's what happened. The man, a 24-year-old working as a DoorDash driver, was trying to deliver food on Valerie Drive in Orange County.
I always am so nice to DoorDash drivers, even when they do a shit job for me. Like, even when they fuck up the order or they take forever, I've never been mean to one. It always makes you feel bad. This guy got lost, probably went the wrong turns. The guy freaks the fuck out.
But apparently his phone had died and he couldn't find the right address. The guy was lost
That
with no way to tell direction.
It happens.
He had been going from house to house trying to figure out where he was supposed to make the delivery. There's actually another Ring video from a neighbor showing him with his delivery bag and cell phone in his hands, saying he needed help because he was having problems with his phone.
Aww.
Then this man in the orange t-shirt, who turns out to be Chester Highway Supervisor John Riley, comes out of his house. Here you can see him exiting with what appears to be a firearm strapped on his back and another gun in his hand. The door driver's car is guards away towards the end of the driveway, and this guy just starts shooting. 3 shots ring out as the DoorDash driver tries to get away in his car. Was he really trying to seriously hurt him? I mean, the dude came out with
should
guns,
be prosecuted.
probably,
That's fucked up.
but the DoorDasher managed to drive to a gas station in Chester, charge his phone enough to tell his family he'd been shot, then drove home seriously hurt and bleeding, before finally getting taken to the hospital by ambulance.
Bro, he drove around while he was hurt. He should be prosecuted.
And by the way, the dude in the orange t-shirt was 48 years old and apparently a federal licensed arms dealer. He's now facing weapons and assault charges.
Fucking jail,
Top
man.
private jet crash in San Diego. In the early hours of Thursday, May 22nd, this video captures the moment a private jet crashed while having to land in Montgomery Gibbs Executive Airport. And like I said in the intro, I'm not going to show the clip where the disaster happens. It's going to be looped. In the video, you can see a backyard all calm and quiet when suddenly there are flames in the distance.
Oh my god!
Then there's this massive explosion that covers the entire video frame, followed by a huge fireball in the distance.
Man.
There were 6 people on board and all of them died. Emma Hugh, Kendall Fortner, Daniel Williams, Selena Kenyon, Dominic Christopher Damian, and Dave Shapiro, the owner. If you're a music fan, you probably know Dave Shapiro as the mastermind behind major rock, punk, and metal artists like Sum 41, Bush, Lamb of God, and Pierce the Veil.
That's
Daniel Williams
sad.
himself was a former drummer of The Devil Wears Prada, and just hours before the crash, he posted boarding the jet and a selfie at the controls like it was going to be the most fun trip of the day. Unfortunately, everything went wrong from the start.
Ooh.
The weather that night was terrible, so thick with fog you could barely see. The pilot knew it wasn't great and even considered landing somewhere else while talking to the air traffic control. On top of that, the runway lights at Montgomery Gibbs Airport were out, and the weather alert system wasn't working. The
Yikes,
FAA had
man.
warned about the lights, but it's unclear if the pilot knew. Then, the plane hit power lines and crashed just 2 miles from the airport. The fireball damaged homes and cars. It was a complete mess. Families had to evacuate, and 8 people on the ground were treated for minor injuries. Luckily, none of them died. But for the family of the people on that jet,
they lose
what
their
happened
house.
was more than devastating.
Dude, that's so fucked up, man. Dude, small planes crashing. Like, I hear about small planes crashing pretty much, like, all the time. I could never.
Small plane crashing and exploding in a Philadelphia neighborhood. This is another crash, and it happened in northeast Philadelphia on January 31st. The video, captured by a Ring camera, shows what started as a completely normal evening for 2 people and turned into a nightmare in just seconds. You've got these 2 people just casually walking out of their house, probably heading somewhere for the evening, nothing unusual, just a regular day. Then, in the distance, there's a small light falling from the sky, and you can tell something isn't right. Suddenly, boom. This massive explosion goes off that makes the woman scream as they both rush back inside.
Dude, I'd be
After
so
that, you
scared.
can see this huge fireball with the plane went down.
Easily,
you can't see it here, but the plane was a Learjet 55 that had just taken off
Dude,
from
the
northeast
explosion's
Philadelphia Airport
insane.
at 6:06 p.m. It got up to 1,600 feet in just 30 seconds before it disappeared from radar. But the thing is, it wasn't just any flight. It was a medical transport carrying a sick child. A child named Valentina and her mother, Lizette Murillo. At least 3 houses caught fire from the impact, and tons of people on the ground got hurt. People in parking lots, on the streets, in their cars, and their homes. So this couple in the video got lucky and came out with just a minor scare. Although, honestly, witnessing someone else's inevitable end like that, well, that must leave some deep scars.
Man. Yeah, and all
Captured
the
a
houses
meteorite
too.
crash.
Looks what the fuck was that?
Next is something you definitely don't see every day. This Ring doorbell video was captured in Canada,
A
and believe it or not,
meteorite?
it's one of the first documented meteorite crashes with both sound and image. Yes, all thanks to Ring doorbell. This happened back in July of 2024, and it's just incredible. So the homeowners came back from being away and found this weird star-shaped pattern of gray dust all over their walkway.
That's so cool. What the fuck?
They had no idea what it was, so they checked their Ring camera to see if
It
they could figure out what had happened.
exploded.
What they found was actually wild. The video starts off showing this really peaceful, lush green setting
Yeah,
that looks
this
totally
looks really
normal,
nice.
almost like a wallpaper. Everything's quiet. Then suddenly, at the 5-second mark, you can see this white smoke appear in the bottom right corner of the screen. Then you hear the sound like glass breaking or a pot falling as something crashes into the walkway next to the stone entrance. Turns out, it was a meteorite. And yes, I also used to imagine that meteors would fall in a great bright explosion like the ones that wiped out the dinosaurs. But this one was actually harmless. Just 7 grams of rock.
I don't know. I feel like if that slammed my head, I feel like that would probably hurt. Yeah, like how he says it's harmless. I'm like, I don't know. I feel like if that hit your head, it would hurt a lot.
Fragments and a 2x2 centimeter divot that got blasted into the walkway from the impact. Arson in Mississippi.
Yeah, I get a dent in my head. Okay, buddy. I'm getting the gun. What are you doing? What are you doing, buddy? What's going on? Is that... It's gas! You sick fuck.
Around 3:45 a.m. on August 9th of 2020, a family on South 22nd Avenue in Mississippi watched their worst fear unfold on video. A madman targeted their home. This guy was walking around the front of their house with what looks like a gas can.
You're
then
such
he
a
just
sick
casually
frick.
poured what appears to be gasoline all over their walkway and front porch like he was watering plants or something. And you can imagine what came next. Just seconds later, this massive wall of flames explodes into view. The whole front just goes up in flames in an instant. 2 homes and a vehicle got damaged in this fire, but thankfully nobody was hurt, and the family inside the house remained safe and sound. Now, the big question is who did it and why? It almost seems like a deliberate act of rage aimed at the plants. The Hattiesburg Fire Department and the Mississippi State Fire Marshal's Office have been trying to identify this guy ever since. There's even a $5,000 reward for information
He's not
leading to his
caught?
arrest and conviction. So
he's just doing it randomly? What a rat, dude.
Hey, if you're watching this, turn yourself in. Matter of fact, say Tuv made you turn yourself in, and let me get some of that money. We can split it, bruh. We can split it. Nah, jail. This was a fairly quick one. Let's head on to the next one.
What a piece of shit, dude.
Violent car crash in Stony Point. In this Ring camera video, you can see what looks like a normal, quiet residential area.
Why are you going so
tires screeching like
fast?
crazy. Then this car comes flying, going way too fast for the road. This happened on October 8th, 2024, around 1 p.m.
What
on Mott Farm Road.
happened?
The homeowner, Rosemary Warham, said she heard the tires coming down and just had a feeling this car wasn't going to make the turn without something happening.
Dude,
And
why are
she
you
was
going so
absolutely
fast
right.
on a road
The car
like that?
completely loses control, rolls right over the guardrail, and then catches on fire. The whole thing is captured from this aerial view from the Ring camera, so you can exactly see how violent the crash was.
Yeah, they're going
it
way
basically
too
goes
fast.
airborne and flips multiple times before ending up at this completely mangled wreck in the woods. But you want to hear something really insane?
What?
There were 4 people inside this car when it happened, and somehow none of them were seriously hurt.
That's
Looking
insane.
at the aftermath, the car was
Yeah, that's a totaled car. How are you not dead?
completely destroyed. Just twisted metal and debris scattered everywhere. It's honestly a miracle that anyone survived, let alone walked away without major injuries. But surviving by a miracle doesn't erase the consequences of your actions.
Yeah, you could
Before
kill
all
someone,
this,
man.
the police got a report about suspicious activity involving precisely this car. So the 4 people ended up getting arrested shortly after the crash. DoorDasher
Skill
spits
issue.
on food.
That's my worst nightmare, man.
Watch as a DoorDash delivery man sets a customer's order down, then takes a photo to confirm the delivery. But
Why would you ever... Okay, hold on. Maybe like 10 years ago, because like Ring doorbells weren't a thing. Like, not everybody had cameras on the door. It was kind of rare, right? Now Ring doorbells are mass-produced, and it's like really easy to get them. Why would you do that? It's like a felony in like most states.
what he does next that's now going viral on
Why?
social media.
Why?
Given how much some of us out there order food and get it delivered home, I don't think you'll appreciate this next one, but I'm still going to talk about it. This
do it,
happened
like,
in
maybe once a
Kendall,
month.
Florida. On September 9th of 2023, 13-year-old Elias Cristanto and his mom ordered food through DoorDash. everything seemed normal at first. The delivery driver drops the bag on their doormat and steps back to take the usual proof of delivery photo. So far, so good. But then, instead of walking away like a decent human being, the guy looks around, steps forward, and spits on their food bag. Not once, not twice,
yeah, he's
but 3
real
times.
pissed.
He then casually walks off like nothing happened. Elias said his first reaction was wanting to throw up, and honestly, who wouldn't? All this because the family spent about $30 on food and tipped $3. Apparently, that wasn't appreciated by this guy at all. And
I hate tipping culture, but you still shouldn't fucking spit on it, bro.
As you might expect, this isn't the first time something like this happened.
Spits
Just over
and
a year later, in
toddlers
September of
drink.
2024, another disgusting incident went down in Whitby, Canada. George Bechet caught his DoorDash driver doing something even worse, spitting directly into his son's drink. Bechet even tipped the driver 18%, but that didn't stop the guy.
You tipped him 18% and this guy still spit on it? So it doesn't matter. People are just fucking crazy.
From opening the seal on the kid's booster juice drink
you
and
piece of
spitting right into it
shit.
before closing it back up. Naturally, a good father doesn't let anyone mess with his kids, so he
Good.
confronted the driver on his driveway, asking why he would spit in a drink meant for a 2-year-old, and the driver just said, "I'm so sorry, sir." The police showed up, but didn't do much.
I'm so sorry I got caught, sir.
They ended up charging the driver for having
What
2
a
kids in
rat,
the car
dude.
without proper car seats or seatbelts. Both DoorDash and Uber Eats, where the driver apparently also worked, removed him from their platforms. Alright guys,
It's a
that's going to
massive
be it for
indicator
this
of you
video.
being a piece of
If you
shit.
enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like. If you think I earned your subscription, it would be awesome if you could subscribe. I also want to say that I live stream on Twitch and interact with you guys a lot over there. So it's twitch.tv/Tuffington_. I play video games with you guys. I just talk to you guys. I'm even going to do a sleep stream at some point, which is
Sleep
gonna be
stream?
so annoying, but
No, don't
funny.
do that.
But yeah, hopefully you guys can catch me on Twitch. I'll be streaming. I'll be pretty funny, I'm not gonna lie. But if you really want to interact with the community, the key to doing that is joining my Discord. It's discord.gg/Tuv. Yes, it is named Jeff the Killer Fan Club. It's just funny, but that is my Discord. With that being said, I will see you guys next time I upload.
Aww. Well, it's good that the guy got justice, at least. Go check him out, go check him out. Fire, fire, fire.